Good evening folks, as usual another video before Christmas, and why not? Now this subject has come up again many times, and the subject is MAF sensors as per the title. Now MAF sensors were only ever fitted to the 1.6 and 2 litre automatic models or the ST170. So if you're not in those categories, then it really doesn't apply to you, but you can still watch because you might learn something interesting. Now essentially, MAF sensors rarely cause issues. They basically measure the airflow going through the air intake. Okay, now if you have a MAF sensor, you won't have a MAP sensor, which is down at this end. That measures the pressure of the air in the manifold itself. It doesn't measure the amount of air. Now a lot of modern cars these days, they use both of these for basically adjustment and refinement of the fuel air mixture, but in a Focus MK1 you either have one or the other. It's as simple as that. Now working wise, they cause very few issues, but sometimes you can get some stuttering issues, running lean, running a bit rich, and these can be a number of issues. Number one, it could be air leaks, because if any air leaks anywhere here where you've got a gasket, there, you've got this hose here, if this is tightened up, if that's not tightened up, if there's air leaking through the gasket of the idle air control valve, if there's air actually leaking through the intake gasket, then clearly there's going to be some misreading. Whatever that's reading will be false, because there's extra air coming in, making your car run very lean, and you will notice that. Most of the time they go wrong, they will throw a code up. Okay, now in a Focus MK1, the MAF sensor incorporates the inlet air temperature sensor, which is why it is a 6-wire MAF sensor. If it was a 4-wire, it would just be the MAF sensor, but this is 6. The other 2 wires on the end. So we've basically got these letters, and I'll show you what these mean in a bit. And you've got the 2 end wires, which is the input and output voltage of the air temperature sensor, and I will show you that in a second once we take this off. But essentially no maintenance is required. The genuine Ford ones are very long-lived. Sometimes they can pack up, but the aftermarket ones, please do not buy aftermarket ones. They do not make the car run correctly. They can run a little bit lean, a little bit underpowered. Just get a second-hand one. There's plenty of second-hand ones out there. I've got a couple because I've had some failures in the past. One of the failures wasn't the MAF sensor circuit, it was the inlet air temperature circuit. Unfortunately, if that fails, the whole thing still has to go. But sometimes they can get dirty, and over time dirt does build up on the hot wire. It's a hot wire system. So essentially what you have is a wire that is heated by the computer circuit in the MAF sensor, and that wire is heated to a certain temperature, a constant temperature. When the air comes into the engine, obviously it's cold air, so it's going to make that wire cool down, and the computer thinks, oh, that wire's cooling down, let's give it some more heat to keep it at that temperature. I don't know what the temperature is, but it is a certain constant temperature. So the computer gives more heat to that little wire to keep it at that temperature. Now that current that it's sending to the wire is converted into output voltage to go to the ECU as information. So the more cold air coming in, the more that the computer has to heat up that wire, the more voltage that goes to the ECU, and that's how you work out the air ratio. And that basically on your scanner will be one big line, and it's constantly changing, constantly, really quickly. But essentially, to get it off, if you want to clean it out, you just get a flathead screwdriver. I can just do that because the connector's a bit, well, I've taken it off a few times in the past. And what you're going to need is a T20 security screw, and we're going to take that out now. T20 bit. Just be careful because they can be quite firm. Just crack them off really gently. Okay. You do need security Torx bits. You can't use normal Torx bits because they've got the centerpiece inside the bolts. Right, essentially, you should be able to take that out to not lose these screws, and it should pop off. There you go. Right, if I can focus him. That is your MAF sensor sitting down there. That is the MAF sensor wire. There is another wire just here. That is the air temperature sensor wire. Okay, with that little resistor at the end. So you've got the MAF in there. That's how you access it. Mine, trying to get a good light on this now. Well, that's clean. That's what it should look like. Clean. But if not, what I would suggest, I'm just going to pop this down here. I would suggest that you get one of these, which is not a multimeter, which I've got in my pocket. Excuse me a second. Put that back there. There is a reason why I've got that. It is one of these. Okay. So basically, just douse in contact cleaner and just gently brush. Gently. If you break that wire, you're in trouble. And then give this a clean as well. Just give this sensor a clean. But they should be clean, and that is exactly what it should look like. There shouldn't be any oil or brown stuff on it. Now, commonly, a lot of people, particularly with ST170s, tend to put pipe across cone filters on their car and get rid of the actual factory air intake box. Now, those cone filters are oil based to actually clean. The oil picks up the dirt. But oil can get on this, and this is a major cause of people losing a little bit of power. Because essentially, if you think about it, if there's oil or dirt over that wire, it acts like a coat. It's essentially you putting on a coat. It's going to keep that wire a little bit warmer. It's going to give it a bit of insulation. So when the cold air comes in, it's not going to affect the sensor very much, is it? It's not going to cool it down. So essentially that MAF sensor is going to be telling the computer, oh, it's all right, the wire's a bit warm, and send less voltage to the ECU. So essentially it could either underread or overread the air, which is really bad, because then you'll end up with rich or lean engine codes, or a slight poor running. It could be slightly lumpy, a little bit down on power. That is usually the symptom of a MAF sensor that's dirty. A little bit under power, a little bit lumpy. So if you have a MAF sensor and you have those symptoms, just do it. It takes a couple of minutes to do this job. It's simple as that. Clean it up, put it back in, and then start it and give it a test drive and see how it is. We just pop that back in. There is a gasket there, a blue gasket, and you'll feel it just push into the holes like that, and then you just put the screws back in. Now, the second part of this video is these wires. There's 6 wires, and I'll show you. So we've got on the body, I'll just connect it up actually, make it easier. Right, on the body we have E, A, B, C, D, F. Okay, that refers to these wires down here. Now, you don't really need to do this, but if you're worried that your MAF sensor is faulty but it hasn't struck a code, which is quite frankly possible because they don't give codes unless they've completely gone, so sometimes they maybe are starting to fail. This wire here, which is called E, and this wire on the end, which is called F, these refer to the air intake sensor. So don't worry about them, we're not going to look at them today. It's the 4 ones in the middle. A, B, C, D. A, which is this green wire, the second one to the left, okay, that is 12 volts power. That is the 12 volt feed from the battery. So literally what I would do is get a multimeter, and you can take this out, you don't have to have the engine running. You probe at the back of that, and then probe to ground, 12 volts, you're good, you've got power. The next one is this black orange one, which you can guess is the earth connection. Again, probe the back, probe the other one to the positive cable of the battery. If you got 12 volts, you're good. If you haven't, there's a faulty earth somewhere. Then we've got C, which is the blue brown one. Now that wire is a secondary earth. That earth, basically that wire earths inside the ECU directly. Now I won't really test that, because there's a likelihood if you actually probe the back of that onto the battery, you might short circuit the ECU. So I'd leave that one, to be honest with you. It's not too important. This is the one, this is the data baby, this white one called D. That one sends information to the ECU on the output of the MAF sensor wire. So remember what I said earlier, depending on how much air is coming through and how much electricity the module is sending to keep that wire at that certain temperature, at that constant temperature, that is the output. It goes to the output to the ECU. Now if you probe the back of that, what you'd have to do is connect it up like this and just get your multimeter and try and probe from this side, just gently, so you don't break the wire. Just probe it gently, probe the other side to earth, and you should be a constant voltage. You have to have the engine running at temperature, at idle, and that should be fluctuating on the multimeter. It should be going up and down. It should be constantly changing. If it's steady or it's not moving at all, that is completely dead. The MAF sensor is gone, but it should throw a code. So that is really not necessarily, but I thought I'd tell you that because it's quite a nice piece of information. Anyway, put the bolts back in and that's all done. That is literally it. There's nothing really that goes wrong with these sensors. I suggest that the MAF sensors, you give them a clean out if you've got access to taking them out, because they could do the same sort of clean, but they don't operate on the hot wire principles of a MAF sensor, okay? But these are very reliable. I have got a couple of them. The only failure I had was an aftermarket one, which is a Febby one. It was to the same parts number, looked exactly the same as this, but it failed in 6 months. It was actually okay in terms of running. I didn't notice a difference. So it was a good MAF sensor when it was working, but it didn't last long. Just go for the genuine ones. That's it. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Take care, guys. See you soon.